Hello, and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. It's interesting to see that Bitcoin is at least showing a green price change on Tradingview today with 0.2% to the upside roughly, whereas in the last 24 hours, whereas a lot of altcoins are not doing that. That was different yesterday, so Bitcoin seems to be taking the lead again. And yeah, we're still sort of range bound, I have to say. I mean, there isn't really much clarity in the current price movements. There are a few clear parameters that we are watching, and I'm going to give you an intraday update. The daily chart, I didn't cover the daily chart today. Maybe we'll do that later today, but not much changed really. And we are in a tight price range at the moment, in a sideways consolidation phase. So really nothing changed when we look at the bigger picture. In terms of clear parameters, we are looking at a support zone just below with support at 58,557. The market reacted a few times here. 57,608 and 56,284. That's weak support because it is support for a B wave. These are generally weak support levels. B waves don't respect fib levels so well. But still, we had a nice reaction to support already yesterday. Then again, and again and again. So the price does respect particularly this 50% retracement at 58,557, but there isn't yet enough upside momentum that would drive the price away from that support on a sustained basis. In the next step, the bulls need a break above 59,930, and then, and that's more important, this swing high that was formed yesterday at 60,700. We already made a good start today. I mean, the price has broken above this trend line. Bear in mind that the leading wave count here is still the one in which we're watching for a third wave rally. So I am watching for higher prices as long as we're holding the support area. And the third wave should take us to 66,880. But it's all part of a diagonal pattern. And we're dealing with this white structure as a diagonal pattern from the 5th of August low. Wave 1 up, wave 2 down. And then this is an A, B, C structure. In wave 3, and then maybe another wave 4 or 5. Only if I get all these 5 waves that could reach 70K, I've got a real confirmation that a larger wave 4 bottomed here on the 5th of August. That is a lot to ask, and there is a lot of movement required to fulfill this pattern. We're maybe only halfway through. So a lot can happen along the way, you know, but the parameters can be watched and used for trading. Earlier today, I mentioned to you that I'm watching today this trend line, and that a break above the trend line could be a signal that wave C of 3 has started. That was one of my first signals earlier today to gold members. I'm watching this trend line today. A break above it could signal that momentum is changing to the upside. At the time we were around 58,818. That breakout happened later today. Let me see. By the way, I also updated SUI today, Stacks, Solana, XRP, ADA, and so on. Yeah, and then when we were about to break here, there was an additional update, possible upside breakout attempt. And, you know, the price has developed nicely from then. That is not so important from an Elliott Wave point of view, but obviously to fulfill the idea of a wave C to the upside in a third wave, we needed a break above the trend line. So it was a necessary step to move higher. Let's go back to the live chart. But as I said, you know, this is not yet anything significant. Yep, we had a breakout, and maybe some of the members, some of you who watched the previous video, because I showed you the trend line there as well, use that as an intraday trade. Maybe, you know, it was nice profit, intraday at least, but nothing sustainable yet. So we need to see now if the market can maintain its position above the trend line, and then rally further in wave C of 3. And that's only the third wave within an even larger C wave within a third wave. And it's all super choppy. And I think, you know, we are still, if you zoom out a little bit, this is still a sideways range, and movements are just corrective up and down. I mean, even after the breakout attempt to the upside, I mean, it's an attempt, it might still fail. Even after the attempted breakout here, it's a 3-wave move up, okay? So it's a very fragile structure, and chaotic price action, like choppy price action, as we've seen it yesterday, is still very likely in the local range. I think we have a first indication for a range breakout once the price breaks above this high from yesterday, 60,700, or A break below support at 56,280, that would of course send the price down lower and could be a good, but you know, as long as we're holding that level, I'm watching for higher. Below that level, no man's land between support and invalidation point, which is here at 54,600. Below that level, it definitely opens the door further to 43K, which is the next key support on the daily chart. But for now, you know, we'll see if that breakout is going to develop further. And as long, yeah, I mean, we could now take the position. It's labeled like that anyway. It was labeled like that earlier today, that this B wave has bottomed and we're now moving up in wave C. So we'll see if that happens. Again, next resistance around 60,700. Let's see if we actually get there. You see what happened in the last couple of days. It's just a tight range. So you get all this choppy price action. You need to be aware of that. So that means, you know, take profits maybe a little earlier, take partial profits, move up your stop, whatever. You don't want to be caught in the chop. And then above that, we've got 61,900, this swing high from Sunday. That's the update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.